Lucky week 13 is underway. Everyone hoping for some good fortune as we enter the home stretch. And this will be a touchback, so we're going to need our first snap to see the first action of this game. All right, let's get this show on the road. It is 1st and 10.
Reload. Sink right. Silver.
Here's the lone back on the handoff. And not much doing. He stopped quickly. Only 2 yards, and it brings up 2nd and 8.
Hey, we know running the ball in the NFL is hard, and that play pretty indicative of it. Here's the key, though. At the end of the game, those type of plays got to be in the minority, and the majority have got to do some damage.
Lawrence in the pistol. An all-around tough play for him. He took a shot on the release, and it definitely affected the throw. It's incomplete.
You know, when we were growing up in the backyard, we call them alligators. 1 alligator, 2 alligator, 3 alligator. He needed another alligator in order to get that ball off. Credit the defense for forcing the incompletion.
Throwing is Lawrence on 3rd down. Caught him deep behind the line. Oh, the ball is out! And the Raiders get to it. Has room down the left sideline. And what a way to begin the scoring, Brock, as they take it back for the touchdown. The Raiders take a 6-0 lead on their opening drive. I think they would have happily just taken the turnover, Brock, but how about the wherewithal of the defender to take it back for the score?
Yeah, that is a scoop and score in the definition of a splash play defensively. You don't just rip possession away from the offense. You kind of rip their heart out, too. You rip possession, you turn it into points, and now that beleaguered offense is going to have to get right back on the field.
Carlson adds the extra point. And the Raiders will jump out to a 7-0 lead. Nice little energy on their sideline after that fumble return scored, and with plenty of energy, he'll send this one away. Here's a return from the 7. He stopped on the return at the 27. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10.
Hey, go. Big 13 heavy. Here we go.
Blown back in the backfield, and he gets the handoff. And he works his way for a gain of 4.
You know, these are the kind of runs, Kate, that a balanced game plan and a balanced offense is built on. It gets you good yardage, it sets up your play action, and it keeps that defense honest.
2nd and 6 coming up here. They give it to him again. Has a lane past the 45. And he's all the way into enemy territory, officially at the 49. Big gainer here as he picks up 20. And that'll be good for a Jacksonville 1st down.
Rip, 23. Red.
From the shotgun, Lawrence. Taking a big shot for the end zone. And they can't connect on the deep look. Still a couple of snaps to play with, though, here. We've got 2nd down.
That's somebody they're going to look for if he has any space deep. That space, though, Kate, just disappeared between when he let that pass go and when he actually made it down the field.
Route.
Second and 10. Here's Lawrence. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. And that pushes them back. 3rd down coming up.
Kate, I've seen a one-step drop. I've seen a 3, a 5, a 7. Some of the boots and play actions, you get more depth. But a 20-step drop? That's not going to cut it. Except for this defense, it just adds a whole bunch of negative yards to that play.
So not an enviable spot here as they come up on third and very long. Looking to throw, Lawrence. Throw came out right as the defense got to him. That's an incomplete pass.
Well, that's one you chalk up to the pressure earning that incompletion. They came in before he could find a target, hit him, altered that last-second attempt to get rid of it.
Punt team is on now, and they get this away. Same as a touchback here. Fair catch made at the 20. No return on that punt. And it'll be Raider football. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. Hand off to the back. In the middle holds. They don't get anything on the run. No progress on 1st down, and that'll bring up 2nd and 10. He's dropping back to throw. Short pass caught by his tight end. It's a gain of 27 yards to move the chains.
So many cool fundamentals on display right there, Kate. Look the ball in your hands, number one. Don't turn your eyes away from it before it gets to you. And then when you've got that catch secured, snap that head forward and find that space upfield to turn a good play into a great play.
Let's go now.
They go play action on 1st. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And the big play drives them backwards. 2nd down coming up.
All right, 1st sack on the board on the 1st drive as a defense. And now, well, now we let the chess match begin. The adjustments begin because we know pressure leads to sacks. And sacks in this league often leads to wins.
Trying again following the sack. Again he's under pressure and he goes down. Working quickly here. Third and long for him here. He put everything he had into this one. And they really went for it on 3rd down, didn't they? But the heave falls incomplete. Now they're facing 4th down. Now the Raiders readying for the punts. And they'll turn to former All-Pro A.J. Cole for the kick. He sends this away, and oh, this is going to be a field flipper. Starts his return from the 23. And he gets his guys a few yards before they bring him down on the return. That punt finishes as a 60-yard effort. And it'll be Jaguars football. It's a new set of downs for him at the 32.
Hey, Lion. Smash. 13, Lou. Hot.
Lone back gets the handoff. And he maneuvers through the middle for a gain of 4.
You know, Kate, these are some of the little hidden plays in a game, right? Doesn't look like a whole lot on the stat sheet, but A, it gets you good yardage. B, it sets up your play action. And C, most importantly, keeps that defense guessing.
Hey, kill. Silver.
Back-to-back carries here. And he's tackled with the 1st down yardage.
That's the type of call that offensively, man, it just builds so much confidence. I don't even think they were looking to get the 1st down. Just get to a manageable 3rd down. But instead, they move the chains. And that is one disheartening look on that defense.
Hey,
1st down, and they go right back to him. And that's only 1 yard up the middle. Going to be 2nd down.
You know, they got some positive yards. That's a good thing. But too many plays like that, it just is too hard to pile together, get 1st downs against the better defenses in this league.
Now Lawrence on the play fake. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. And that pushes them back. 3rd down coming up.
Okay, it's pretty clear, isn't it? It's this constant pressure that this defense has imposed on this offense to keep them out of rhythm and build up this lead. This offense is not going to author a comeback if this quarterback continues to run for his life.
He puts some air under a deep throw to the left. He's got it deep downfield. And he does quite a bit of damage before they finally take him down. The Jaguars are going to call their first time out. And after using an early one, 2 left for him to spend. This offense in position now. It's 1st and goal.
Go, go! Unlock line! Unlock line! Go, go! Silver!
They'll try and punch it in. And he's caught behind the line for a loss.
This is one of those plays that I wish we had the huddle mic'd up, Kate, because I can assure you that offensive line in their own way is telling that running back, sorry, we did not give you any chance.
Big 13 heavy. Red.
They're running again. And he won't salvage that. It's a loss on the play.
This offense may want to try and disguise their run a little bit. I don't know if it's the O-lineman's stance. I don't know if it's a cadence. I don't know what it is, but after 2 straight plays going backwards, this defense is all over them.
Easy, 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 easy. Go, go!
3rd time's the charm. He gets it again. And he gets them a little closer to the end zone, down to the 6. It's only 1 yard on the run, partner, and that's going to leave him with a tough 4th and goal. The kick by Shudak is good. And it's dropped back down now to a 4-point game.
That's the type of long, sustained drive that takes some of the starch out of your opponent. The only negative is that the kicking team is out there for a field goal and not an extra point. But they do come away with 3.
We've got a good one here. They've cut the lead to 4 as they send it away. Here's Carter on the return. And this will give them decent field position. The return gets out to the 30. First and 10 now from the 30. Back now, pressure on its way. Wilson's got it. And he'll go down, and we'll say right at the 39-yard line.
That is the epitome of staying on schedule. That kind of completion right there on 1st down. Well, it opens up the entirety of the playbook for 2nd down. In the 3rd and short in your back pocket, you can get even more aggressive and take that shot.
2nd and 1. And he just got it away before the hit, but the pass winds up incomplete. It's going to be 3rd down.
You know, that was a play, Kate, right there where you need to buy your receivers just enough time to get open along their routes. And your quarterback enough time to find and hit him with the throw. Time, well, that's not what he had. O-line couldn't hold up, and it forces the incompletion.
Finds him over the middle. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains. So that connection for a first will bring us to the end of the 1st. Neither side separating much so far. We'll get you back to Jacksonville right after this.
Okay, ready?
Time now for the 2nd quarter. Raiders in possession. They've got 1st and 10 here, looking to add to their lead. Hits his tight end on the corner route. And he's able to get this down to the 36. They pick up 20 yards there. And that's good for a Raiders 1st.
Every tight end worth his salt wanted this. Really craved man-to-man coverage. The best of them, give me man-to-man coverage, and I'm going to beat you. I was around Dallas Clark and Indy, one of the best. You play man-to-man, he's going to find a way to out-leverage you, separate from you, and make a play just as that tight end did.
Looking slant route, complete. And he runs this to the 25 before being brought down. That's an 11-yard pickup, and it gives them the first down.
That is what elite offenses are all about. Why worry about 3 downs when you need only 1? Move the chains in one play and keep driving that defense backwards.
They send a man in motion. They are throwing it again. And there's a man there. It's intercepted. And the Jaguars have it now on his 8th pick of the year. And just like that, a really good drive is taken away with an INT.
Sure was a lot of promise on that series, right?
Yeah.
That's a small silver lining for them at the very least, but probably won't be much comfort now. And it's going to feel even worse when this...
Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And the big play drives them backwards. Second down coming up.
It's now 2nd and 19 at the 10-yard line.
Another try following the sack. He's going to loft one deep to the left. That's caught at the 25. So as we all recover from that last play, it's 1st and 10 near the red zone.
First and 10 at the 24-yard line.
Straight down.
Play clock down to 0, and the flags come out. Can't get the play off in time, and I'm going to wager the call is going to come in much quicker, Brock, for this next snap.
Got it. Ready?
Set him back 5. It's 1st and 15 after the penalty.
Hey. Silver.
Lawrence to throw it. Dump off caught by his back. And they take him down, but there's a flag on the play. Well, you know this better than most, Brock. Screens normally leave some rushers to come free, but still, it's not often you get roughing the passer on one.
Hey,
No,
Ryan.
it isn't, but I think of Tom Brady. To me, not only the greatest QB sneaker in the game, but he was one of the great screen masters, too. He understood how to sell a screen, draw those defenders to him, and like the QB did right there, sometimes they'll even tee off and you get the penalty.
And he runs into a wall there. Multiple defenders ready to stop him cold at the line.
Second and
On the red.
at the 12-yard line.
Go. Here we go.
Out of the gun, Lawrence. The throw is caught. And they're going to take this in for the Jacksonville touchdown. The Jaguars pick it off and get points on the ensuing drive. Little able to connect on the point after. And the Jaguars push their lead to 3. All set for the kickoff. Little with the honors. Evans now to return. And a decent return ends as they bring him down inside the 30.
At their own 28-yard line.
Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. Out of the shotgun, they'll give it to him inside. And he's able to power this forward, but they stop him after 2 yards. A dose of the hurry-up offense here. Still finding room past the 45. And they'll finally bring him down at the 22. It's a huge pickup on the play. And that's a Vegas first down. Now they'll hit the line just outside the red zone following that big play. Going to the ground again on 1st. And he'll make his way down to the 16-yard line. He managed 6 on the play, bringing up 2nd and 4.
That's a run that you'll take the result in the NFL every time. A nice play, a solid game, but it's also a run that you know and you may come back to. Because if you were that close to breaking off an explosive one, you really break the backs of the defense.
And he got what he could there, only to the 14. Only a yard on the pickup, so that's going to bring them to 3rd down and 3.
I think one thing you learn, Kate, when you transition from college to the NFL, not every run is going to be a big play. Some of them, well, they're just destined to end in a minimal gain, and some of them will set up that critical play action for later.
Dialing up a pass here on 3rd down. This throw is caught. And they bring him down at the 7-yard line. They find 7 yards, and now they've got 1st and goal.
That's what we call situational football. You spend all week working on your nickel passing game package to take advantage of 3rd downs just like that.
Let's go now. Going ground on 1st and goal. Scores! Touchdown, Las Vegas! The Raiders take a 2nd quarter lead. Carlson to tack on the extra point. The point after splits the uprights. And the Raiders take a 4-point lead. The Raiders kicking team is out there, and they'll boot this away. This one's fielded at the 4-yard line. This return makes it up to the 25. Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10.
Here we go.
Lone back in the backfield, and they give it to him. And he'll go down after fighting his way to the 32. A nice 6-yard pickup. They're going to have 2nd and 4.
Hey, go, go! Go, go! Phil.
Another carry for him. And he's down after getting this up to the 41. They come through with a nice gain of 10 and a 1st down.
You know, Coach gets in that QB's headset, probably told his offense and his QB, listen, I don't want to see a 3rd down on this possession. Or something kind of like that. Whatever version he told him, it worked.
1st and 10, it's Lawrence. Well, the pressure nearly got to him, but still a good play defensively as that one falls incomplete.
You need to buy your receivers enough time to get open along their route, and your quarterback enough time to find and hit them with the throw. When the line doesn't hold up, incompletions follow.
Couldn't connect on 1st. It's 2nd down.
Go, go, let's go!
Lawrence working from the gun. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. And that pushes them back. 3rd down coming up.
That is now the 5th sack this offense has had to endure in the first half alone. We're on a double-digit pace here. And I'll tell you what, I know how these defensive coordinators work. They can feel the blood in the water. They are not going to stop getting after this quarterback until...
And oh, someone stepped in. It's intercepted. Taken away by the rookie from USC. First and 10 from a yard shy of midfield.
Let's go!
Right up the gut. And he takes it across midfield and into Jaguars territory. 2 on the pickup there, and it's going to be 2nd and 8. From the 47. He's got a man left. And he's tackled with the 1st down yardage. Offense up to the line fast. Throwing with a blitz on the way. Has him on the quick hitter. He has room past the 25. And he'll be out of bounds right along the 20. A 19-yard pickup, and that's going to move the chains.
You want to become a quarterback's best friend, do that. Turn a short little gain, a short little pass into some yards after catch, and that quarterback will find you again.
He's on the move. And they get to him way behind the line on this one and take him down. Now we're going to get an offensive timeout. That's their first. As they'll meet and decide what to do on this second down.
I think his decision-making wrote a check that his legs couldn't catch this time. This QB could run, and he's ranging, looking for space, looking for an outlet. But there was none to be had. No escape route available this time.
Let's see what they dial up on a second and very long. Running back sent in motion. After the sack, another pass on second down. He puts some power on a deep one left.
Well, I think the defense coaches in coverage breathing a sigh of relief. There was space right there. If that throw came 1 second earlier, that was going to be 6.
So after that prior incompletion, we've got third down. Throwing from the gun. He's looking deep once again. Big gain downfield. And that's caught. Touchdown, Las Vegas. The Raiders grow their lead just before halftime. They were throwing for it there, and they didn't care who knew about it, Bronk. And it turns out, hey, nothing was going to stop them either.
Yeah, there's something about an empty formation. You are declaring to a defense, other than QB draw, this ball is going to be in the air. But at the same time, you also force the defense's hand. There's only so many coverages they can play, and they just exposed them.
The Raiders kicking team is out there, and they'll boot this away. Fielded at the 7. He stopped on the return at the 27. They're out and set, 1st and 10.
Hey, easy, Ralph. Easy, read a 44, read a 54. It's hot.
Plowing up the middle. And that's good yardage there with a new set of downs to boot.
Offensive coordinators tell us all the time, big runs only happen with coordinated efforts. Great block in the spring of guys hitting blocks downfield and a back who can show off his wheels.
Silver.
Lawrence in the pistol. Taking his shot deep down the field it goes. And that's going to be knocked away, incomplete. Brian Thomas Jr., his intended target. So that brings up 2nd down.
The ability to track the ball, right? Ball skills isn't just knocking it away, and that's a beautiful job there, Kate. But ball skills is also being able to track a ball on a deeper throw like that. If he doesn't swat it away, we're looking at a huge gain.
11, Agate.
Lawrence trying again on 2nd. Throw wheeled in by Thomas. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a 1st down.
You know, Kate, we often talk about flipping the field in special teams, right? A kick return, a good punt. Well, an explosive play like that does the exact same thing. Look at the difference in field position. By hitting on that shot, you've totally flipped the field and the tone of this drive.
On 1st and 10, here's Lawrence. Completed over the middle. And they get this down to the 12-yard line before being stopped. Now a timeout called by the Jaguars. That's their 3rd. And that's all they've got for what little remains of this half.
I love throwing on 1st down. And when you see a 1st down pass just like that, it's taking advantage of a matchup you plan for, and you go out and execute.
30 left. Here we go, sir.
Here's a give up the middle. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Jacksonville. The Jaguars make it a 1-score game before halftime. On is Little for the extra point. Right down the middle, it's good. And the Jaguars cut the lead down to 4. We've got a good one here. They've cut the lead to 4 as they send it away. Here's Carter on the return. And he's brought down just inside the 25 on the return.
At their own 23-yard line.
Beginning a new drive here, but just 16 seconds to go before halftime. They go play action on first. He's going deep this time. And that's going to fall incomplete. We're down to 9 seconds left.
And that was simply a case of not enough time available to let that play develop. That throw was out so quick, and he wasn't able to reel it in.
No dice on that prior pass. Here's second down. Back to throw it. He's trying another one deep. And there's a man there. It's intercepted. Picked off by Andre Sisco. And the Jaguars do not get the return all the way back. That's going to bring us to the end of our first half. So we finished 2 quarters. A couple more to come after this short break. More of the NFL on EA Sports after this.
17.
Welcome back, everybody. Kate Scott, Brock Heward with you as we're about set to begin the third quarter. Well, if you love high-scoring games, no doubt you have been glued to your television so far. And no signs of slowing down as we begin our second half. And in the end, he's able to get it to what used to be a touchback. It's at the 25 after the return. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. Out of the gun, they'll give it to him inside. And he's brought down for a loss.
Well, he was supposed to be the one who chipped away a few and got a new set of downs started right in rhythm. Instead, he's now forced to pick himself from behind the line thanks to a great effort defensively.
Back to the well again. And it's a nice game, but still not enough for the first.
Well, that doesn't net a first down. You get yards like that in the run game, you will take it in the NFL.
3rd down, 1 yard to go. They'll try and pick this up on the ground. And his short gain gets them a new set of downs.
Win the early battle. Get a little leverage. Low man wins off the line, and that's all that was needed to ensure that first down right there.
First down, ball at the 36. From the gun, they're going to hand it off. And he takes this ahead to the 40-yard line before going down. Solid 4-yard gain there, and now they've got 2nd and 6 coming up. Here's the lone back on the handoff. Past the 25. And he's finally taken down at the 16-yard line. It's a huge pickup on the play. And that's good for a Raiders first. They give it to him again. And he won't get anything there. Several defenders nearby to hold him up. Call it no gain on that run, and they face 2nd and 10.
Well, one defender failed. Well, his buddy was there to swarm to the ball and make that play just as it gets to the line of scrimmage.
2nd and 10, need to get some positive yardage here. Motioning one of the tight ends. They'll run now on 2nd down. And this will be a Las Vegas touchdown. The Raiders grow the lead coming out of halftime. Well, he found himself some space to work, and from there, all athleticism as he made his way in for 6.
You know, you run the ball down in the red zone, Kate, you're not always thinking touchdowns, right? Space is so hard to come by. But you're exactly right. His athleticism, his explosion, his speed, it puts 6 on the board for the offense.
The Raiders kicking team is out there, and they'll boot this away. Starting from the 5. He stopped on the return at the 27. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10.
Bronco switch. Bronco switch. 11. Silver.
Blown back in the backfield, and he gets the handoff. And this isn't resolved quite yet as he goes out. We've got a flag down. Looks like it's going to be on the offense. A game they were pretty happy with goes away via the penalty. And now we're going to wait to see how they respond.
Roll. 11, Agate. Red.
Blown back gets the handoff. And he found some running room for a nice gain. 7 yards there, and that brings up 2nd down.
So much to like about that run, Kate, particularly what he was able to get out of it. The defense, I think, feels a little fortunate they were able to track him down before an even bigger run and crossing that 1st down marker.
Ready.
Nice spot here for the offense. It's 2nd and 1.
On red. Take right open.
Back-to-back carries here. And that short gain is enough for a new set of downs. New set of downs for him at the 38.
Leads at 24.
1st down throw, Lawrence. Launches one deep downfield. And disaster averted. He knocks away the deep ball, incomplete.
Any DB prefers a highlight reel interception to just forcing an incomplete pass. But as soon as he realized a pick wasn't possible on the play, well, he gets his hands on it and made sure it wasn't completed.
11. It's hot.
2nd and 10. Here's Lawrence. Buys time, rolling right. This has been a trend. Yet another interception. Well, no doubt they envisioned that as the start of a second-half push for the lead. But the defense, well, defense had other ideas, Brock, protecting their team's advantage and taking possession back on the first play of the series.
Not the way you needed to start the half if you were thinking comeback, but exactly the way to start the half if you're trying to take this lead and step on it. That's a defender who sensed the need for a splash play and delivers.
Give him around 6. That's going to make it 2nd and 4. Hand off to the back. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
Oh, you can see that smile on my face as we stand next to each other. Sure, I love that run, but I'm thinking about some great running backs. In fact, Corey Dillon, who created a lot of negative grades on my play sheet because I didn't want to carry out no fake. I wanted to watch the damage he could do like we just saw.
Offense in the hurry up here. Throwing off the play fake here. Has it downfield, working the left. And he stopped just before he reaches the red zone at the 21. That goes as a gain of 25 yards and picks up the 1st.
I may love watching a great thrower, but I love watching a well-done route too, Kate. Make that guy think you're trying to stack him only to drop your hips and cut right inside. Some good work to help reset those chains.
And he'll get this inside the 10 to the 9. It's a real solid pickup, 12 yards, and it rewards them with a 1st and goal.
To play running back in this league, well, you've got to have tremendous vision. We saw it twice, once to find the lane upfield, and then to get to space and break off some extra yards.
And that play is brought to a halt, they're going to say, at the 5-yard line. 2nd and goal coming up, 5 yards to the end zone. They give it to him up the middle. And he gets in, touchdown! The Raiders parlay the interception into points. It's what every player who scores a touchdown wants to do, Brock. He wants to get right back there and put another 6 on the board.
I've never met an NFL player content with one end zone trip in a game.
Nope.
Yeah, if you're content, you're not making it to this league. You get one, you're instantly thinking of another, and the fortunate few are able to actually deliver on it.
Point after from Carlson is up and good. And the Raiders push their lead to 18.
Jaguars 17.
The Raiders kicking team is out there, and they'll boot this away. That's going to be taken in at the 8. Returns looking good so far. And that'll put them up across the 35-yard line as they begin the series.
At their own 36-yard line.
The Jaguars in a good starting spot for this drive. Coming up, 1st and 10.
13, Luke. Silver.
Interception last drive doesn't deter them. They're going right back to the air. This is brought in at the 15. And they're going to take this in for the Jacksonville touchdown. The Jaguars shrinking the lead some in the 3rd. Little tacks on the extra point. And the Jaguars make it an 11-point ball game. All set for the kickoff. Little with the honors. Evans now to return. And this drive will start inside the 25. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. Out of the shotgun, they'll give it to him inside. And he flips the field for them before being taken down.
Coming off that carry, I'd go right back to him. Not a hotter hand on the field right now. Get that man the rock.
So the complexion of this drive has changed dramatically now. New set of downs inside the 35. And he drives into a pile of defenders and is stopped right at the line. No gain there that time, and it's 2nd and 10.
These big D tackles in this league, they love weaponizing their size right in the middle of the field. It is so hard to clear lane against them. And once he got his paw on him, it was dead on arrival.
And he got it real close, but stopped just about a yard or so shy of that 1st down.
You make that call to just give yourself a fighting chance on 3rd down, Kate. Take at least a little bite of the big meal between them and the 1st down marker. And that should make this upcoming call a little less daunting.
They pitch it out to him here. Has a big hole left. He makes it in for the touchdown. The Raiders stretch their lead to a 3-score advantage. So great work by the running back there, Brock. Found just a little bit of space, and he took advantage all the way for 6.
Big time. I mean, so big time. You know, and you hear running back coaches, Kate, say this. They'll say slow to explode through. And he explodes all the way for the touchdown.
That one splits the uprights. And the Raiders push their lead to 18. The Raiders kicking team is out there, and they'll boot this away. And that one bounces through the end zone for a touchback. First and 10 now from the 30.
Rip. Shift, 23. Shift. Here we go, son.
Here's the handoff. And that's good yardage with a new set of downs.
Kate, don't think for a second this is time you step off the gas. You can feel this defense, right? They're on their heels. And now's the best chance to go push the envelope and get aggressive.
Route. 30 left. Here we go, son.
First down, and they go right back to him. Again, he hits the second level. And they take this in for the score. The Jaguars shave some off the deficit late in the quarter. On is Little for the extra point. Extra point sent right down the middle. And the Jaguars make it an 11-point ball game. All set for the kickoff. Little with the honors. Here's Carter on the return. Coverage team gets him down at the 26-yard line. Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10. From the gun, here's a handoff. And they've got him behind the line for a big loss.
I talked to a bunch of different GMs, Kate, especially around draft time, and they all say the same thing. Linebackers are so hard to find. It's hard to transition from the college game that's in so much space to this game where you've got to play in a phone booth, yet have that explosiveness to chase a play on the outside down like that linebacker just did.
Oh, he trucked that defender. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. That's going to pick up the first down after a gain of 26.
Got to be a pretty good actor. Got to be pretty good at selling to that defense. That's a drop back pass. When you get a big play on the screen like that, boy, it's choreography by everybody on that offense.
Dumped off to his running back. And they make the tackle at the 38. A very active quarter for us. Plenty of points in that frame as we reach the end of 3. This one not out of reach quite yet, but it is a 2-score game to begin the 4th. New set of downs for him at the 38. And they'll pitch it out to him. Along this sideline inside the 25. That's 16 on the pickup. And that's a Vegas first down.
He easily had the yardage for a first, but he was hungry for a lot more. I think that tackle prevented something that was going to be a lot bigger than just a first down pickup.
Offense set for a 1st and 10. They'll motion him out of the backfield. Dumps it off to his running back. And he stopped just before he reaches the red zone at the 21.
Kate, I don't know why every once in a while I'll get these little flashbacks, but a little play like that just flashes me back to the preseason, my first preseason. When one of the veteran QBs said, hey, Brock, whatever you do, just find completions. You will never go broke taking a profit. Go get a completion. They're at a premium in this league.
Cut out left. And a bit of deja vu as they stop him at the line once again.
Well, he saw his guys pick up the blitz. Well, he felt them pick it up anyway if he wasn't looking at him. But with their effort on his behalf, I think this QB felt owed to them and the group up front to find somebody to get a completion, so that effort up front wasn't in vain.
Drive in dire straits. It's 3rd and 9. They kick the running back in motion. They'll run it here on 3rd down. He has the first inside the 10. It goes as a gain of 19 yards. And now they have a 1st and goal.
That right there, that will make the coaches happy. He didn't just get the first down, but got a healthy chunk of bonus yards afterwards.
They'll try and punch it in. Is in. Touchdown, Las Vegas. The Raiders make it a 3-score game in the fourth. Carlson now to add one more. The point after splits the uprights. And the Raiders push their lead to 18. The Raiders kicking team is out there, and they'll boot this away. And the kickoff is into and then out of the end zone. Touchback. This drive starting from the 30.
Got it. Ready?
They're out and set. 1st and 10.
Fred on red. 11. Here we go.
Here's a give up the middle. And he's only going to get 2 or 3 yards on that one.
You know, not a ton of yards, but still showing that commitment to the ground game. The type of run that keeps the defense from loading up in coverage and focusing entirely on that passing game.
Lion. 30 left. Take right open. Silver.
From the 33 on 2nd down. That's Thomas. He's got it. And he made a bid for midfield there, but stopped on his own side at the 49. That one goes for 17 yards and moves the chains. 1st and 10 from a yard shy of midfield. From the shotgun, Lawrence. Throwing deep for the end zone. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete.
That play is so impressive on so many levels, not just because it saves a touchdown, Kate. He had to time that perfectly to knock it free without drawing a flag or letting him establish possession for the score. That is so good.
Blown back in the backfield, and they give it to him. And he's going to have this one down to the 43 on a good run. A solid 8-yard gain there, and now they're going to have 3rd and 2.
That's a gain of 8. Brings up 3rd and 2.
Big 13 heavy.
Back to the well again. And he's tackled with the 1st down yardage.
That's a BYOB. You got to be your own blocker. It would have taken the entire defense piling on to stop him from getting that 1st down. Well done.
11, Agate. Go. Go, let's go. It's hot.
Out of the gun, Lawrence. He rolls to his right. He takes it himself. And they bring him down around the 34.
That's just a case where you're trying to make something when there really is nothing there. There just wasn't an opening for him to work with, and he was lucky to get what he could.
Here we go, 2nd and 9. Short pass caught by his tight end. And they have this well into the red zone now at the 15. It's a gain of 19 on the play. And that's a Jaguar 1st down.
Eleven.
Working inside the red zone. And he scores. It's a Jacksonville touchdown. The Jaguars get it back to within 2 possessions. All right, partner, what do you think? Was that a design read, or did he just see space and he was reacting more on the old quarterback instinct there?
Yes. I think yes on both of them, and that play happens so fast that it really is instincts on both sides.
Jags offense hasn't left since the touchdown. They're going for 2 here.
Sink right. Here we go.
He's throwing for it. Oh, brother, it's another interception. Rick Woolen with the INT. And the Raiders take possession as he makes his 4th interception of our season.
Jaguars 37.
They recognize the situation they're in now. After that score, they're going to try to get it right back. And the Raiders are able to secure the kick. And he has it to the 42 before they make the stop. Well, kind of feels like we're starting to get to that point, Brock.
And what point is that, Kate?
You know, the bold point of the game where you have to try something bold could end up becoming a play that finally sinks them, though.
Yeah, it's time for desperation. Without a defensive stop here, it's really hard to lay out the scenarios for much success. Every second matters now when you don't come up with that onside kick.
And he's tackled for a short gain. He gets a couple on first, and they'll come up 2nd and 8. And the defense is all over this one for a big loss. Jaguars with an extra defensive back out there, 3rd down. They'll empty the backfield and motion him out. That's incomplete, trying to set up the screen there. This one intended for the running back. So that brings up 4th and long.
So often, so many of these games in the NFL, well, they come down to a play or two, and 3rd downs critical. Whether it's in a close game or already out of hand, their coach wants to see them convert those.
Wow, they must really trust this guy's range. He's out for what would be a very long field goal. This from the right hash and a considerable distance. Online, but not enough juice. It's no good short. And that keeps the lead at 12.
Really, Kate, that miss doesn't change a whole lot about the game management here. The only thing it does is provide a bit more momentum for the offense, running out in need of 2 quick scores.
Hey, easy. Ralph. 13, Luke. There we go, son.
Here's the lone back on the handoff. And the defense gets there to force a small loss.
Hey, range is not an optional feature for middle linebackers in today's game. It's a prerequisite for the job. And this guy definitely has it. Followed that play from the start, and he ended it with a loss.
Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. And that pushes them back. 3rd down coming up.
Yeah, let's give some credit to the defense here, Kate, right? We talk about explosive plays. Every offense is looking for them. But when a defense can go back-to-back, Jack, with the tackle for loss and a sack, well, they're more than doing their job.
Hey, I'm gun. Red.
Here he is on 3rd and long. And that was probably their last gasp. It's intercepted. And the Raiders are going to have it. And he's going to hang on to that football. That's his first career interception.
There's some serious self-scouting going on right now. What is this quarterback not seeing that has led to these 3 interceptions in just this game? And then overall, what is this offense doing that has this defense clued in coverage-wise to every route combination they're trying to throw?
Let's go now.
Out of the gun, they'll give it to him inside. And he pushed deep in enemy territory with that, down inside the 25. It's a gain of 8, and we have reached our 2-minute warning. It's the 2-minute warning here in Jacksonville. Raiders nearing their 9th win of the season. After a good pickup, they're set up with 2nd and short.
Let's go.
Another carry for him. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
I don't know about you, Kate, but he sure made getting that 1st down look really easy. A lot easier than it's supposed to be for that defense. And I think they'll hear about it when they get to the sidelines.
And he's caught behind the line for a loss. Clock working against him here as they hurry to that line. Wow, they're going to pass it here. Buying some time left. He intercepts it. That is exactly what they needed. And the Jaguars have some new life in the fourth.
Red zone defense, it is a part of the practice week at least twice, Thursdays, Fridays, even tuning it up on Saturdays, because it's all about protecting in the red zone. And not only protecting points, but taking the ball away. That is a gold star effort by the defense.
1st and 10, it's Lawrence. Got a man, it's Thomas. And he's able to get it to the 21 as he goes down. All their timeouts left, but they still need a quick score here. It's 1st and 10. Lawrence working from the gun. Got to him right as he threw it, and it falls to the ground. Couldn't find Brian Thomas Jr. on that throw. So it's 2nd down coming up.
And this is why scouts talk about a player's closing speed, Kate. You know, once he senses the pressure, he's getting rid of that ball. It takes a player who can close quickly to get to him before it's released. And that sure altered the throw.
2nd and 10 now. An all-around tough play for him. He took a shot on the release, and it definitely affected the throw. It's incomplete.
This is why we hear about closing speed so often when you evaluate players. You know, once he senses the pressure, he's getting rid of that ball. It takes a player who can close quickly to get to him before it's released and alter that throw.
Looking to throw it. Trying to push it deep downfield. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. Couldn't find Brian Thomas Jr. on that throw. And now they're staring at 4th and long.
Defender's not going to be thrilled the catch was almost made on his watch, but more importantly, he breaks it up. Gives him a chance to do a little jawing after the play. Lets the other guy know he roughed him up and cost him that catch.
Here he goes. Got to have this on 4th down. And that one's going to be knocked away, and that's going to force a change in possession. So the defense rises to the challenge and gives the ball back to their offense.
Well, I think every analytics book out there, Kate, said you got to go for it. You're in 4-down territory, down a couple scores here in the 4th. But now it's all about the defense. Can the defense come with a quick turnover or a stop to somehow, some way, spark a comeback?
On 1st down, they'll run. And they'll only find 1 yard up the gut. 2nd down. Now we're going to get an offensive timeout. That's their first. They'll come to the line here. 2nd and 9. They give it to him again. And he's going to run this one well into the red zone to the 14. They've got to keep moving quick here. Here's the give on 3rd and short. And in a rarity today, he's stopped at the line of scrimmage. Now 4 seconds left, we've got a timeout. Not that the final play is going to change the outcome, but we will get one more snap.
You know, Kate, over the years, I've heard running backs say there's just times you got to run in the darkness. And when linebackers fill that hole like that right in the middle of the field, he ran right into the darkness and the pain of that linebacker.
This undoubtedly the final snap of what's already a decided contest. Back-to-back carries here. And they'll stop him after a short gain of the 13. And here's the timeout with just 1 second left on the clock. So we're going to have one more play left in a game that's already decided.
This running back has had himself a day, but not on that play. Finally, a little bit of catharsis for everyone on that defense to keep him from the first and get a turnover, a much-needed turnover on downs.
A bit of desperation on... That's complete inside the 35. He makes it in for the Jacksonville touchdown. The Jaguars now within 1 score in the 4th. So 6 points at the buzzer, Brock, but 0 effect on our final outcome.
Yeah, I get that, but I'll tell you what, that'll be one of the first plays they watch in the film room this coming week. Like you said, they lose whether that's scored or not, but Coach will always emphasize effort on the field. And reaching that end zone to end an already decided game, that is effort with a capital E.
So it's a road win for the Raiders in this one. And there was no easing up. It took some white knuckling until the very end, but their defense carried that small lead through to the finish.